How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. This is ACEBEAM's K1 EDC mini flashlight. Up to 1000 lumen, a laser pointer, and even a UV light. The lighter and smaller something is, the more often you'll actually carry it. This weighs about 2.7 ounces and around 4.3 inches in length, 1 inch in diameter. Let me go back and unbox this and show you all the features. User manual, you can pause this to read it, and the other side is in Chinese. Product certification card and the warranty, 15 days for any defect, 60 months warranty for normal daily use, but 12-month warranty for any battery related incidents. The accessory box has 2 additional O-rings, a wrist strap with an ACEBEAM logo on one side, and a 6-inch USB-A to USB-C charging cable. There's a dust film you need to remove from the lens. On the back, there's a belt clip, and this seems to be the right tension to me. Sometimes they make it way too stiff for you to pry it open to clip it onto anything. You can see on the outside, there's this rib for heat dissipation. On the back, there's a little icon saying that it gets pretty hot. There's a laser logo here, a battery logo. Underneath the belt clip is a CE logo. This button on the back is a full metal one. It's not a rubber one where it can wear out. There's a little QR code and serial number over here that I've covered up with masking tape. To open it, just hold on to this side and twist it open. There's always these plastic tabs you have to remove to do the first electrical connection. There's just a little spring all the way at the end. And on the flashlight end, the sender contacts the positive. This is the AA size lithium ion battery. Interestingly, looking all around it, it doesn't say it's a lithium ion anywhere. But when you look at the voltage, it's 3.7. That's a dead giveaway for a lithium ion battery. 3.7 watt hour total energy contained in it because it has 1000 milliamp hour capacity. It's a 14500 type battery, meaning that it's 14 millimeters in diameter and 50.0 millimeter in length. There's a USB-C port here that's for charging. There's no charging circuitry built into this tiny flashlight. This is pre-lubricated and the O-ring is right at the end over there. Twist that right back on there. Gently do this so it doesn't strip the threads. There's just 3 modes, the flashlight mode, the laser beam mode, and the UV mode. Set it to flashlight mode and turn it on. It's gonna start off at 9 lumens, and within 4 seconds, if you turn it off and then turn it on again, it's going to go on medium, which is 200 lumens. Turn it off and turn it on again, and now this is 1000 lumens. After 1 minute, it will step down to 600 lumens for 30 minutes. After that, it will step down to 110 lumens and run for another 30 minutes. So in total, it will run for about 60 minutes in those couple of modes that it'll do on its own. The main light comes out of this biggest aperture. Turn it to laser mode now. It's using a green laser from this hole right here. I'm going to change it to UV. There we go, we got UV here. If you change it to the laser and back to the light real quick, it'll turn into the strobe mode. For the UV mode, if you turn it off and turn it back on within 4 seconds, it'll change from high to low. It's high right now, so I'm gonna turn it off, turn it back on. So it's a little dimmer here. And then switch. This will be high mode. I don't see a tiny little hole for a wrist strap anywhere. They intend you to just wrap this around the belt clip. This will keep it from falling off the bridge and hitting anybody. Plug in the battery to charge it, and a red LED shines through the cracks to indicate that it's charging. When it's done, it will be green. It's using 0.5 amp to charge this, so this will take about 2.5 to 3 hours to charge from completely empty to completely full. The output voltage is actually 3.9 volts. This means that it's about 60% charged, and 0.5 amp is most likely its maximum charge rate. Let me show you guys the maximum brightness with the battery that comes with it. Put this back in. I'll turn it up to the maximum. Right there. I have a couple of batteries to try, including an alkaline, an Eneloop, and a T-Energy. These 2 are nickel metal hydrides that are high current, but they output around 1.2 volts. Let's try the alkaline. Looks like it's sensing the 1.2 volts, and it's, oh, right there. Look at that. This is on medium, and it just kind of gradually faded to low. So when you use an alkaline, the power output is going to be very limited. Let's try an Eneloop now. We got low, we got medium, and this is high, but you can't tell the difference as much between medium and high. So even with the high power nickel metal hydride batteries, it's not gonna reach the full potential of this flashlight. Let's use another nickel metal hydride battery here. Medium, high. Yep. Not as bright. So the high voltage and high current output of this thing is a key factor of obtaining the highest brightness out of this flashlight. If you ever need a replacement for this battery, I would just get a new lithium-ion AA cell. I noticed that you can actually pull off the backing here. Be careful not to short anything. The battery terminal is right in the center. That little extra piece is just touching the battery. There's no metal contacts there. So my guess is that that's probably a temperature sensor in case the battery overheats. And this thing can just shut itself off and not draw any more power from the battery. This tiny flashlight does not have a focusing ring. Typically, you would be able to pull this in and out so you can change the focus a little bit. I'm gonna pull this away from the desk. There's a bright spot in the middle and a bit of light leakage around the side. I'm about 1 meter from the table and the illumination spot is roughly 8 inches in diameter. In the green version, the belt clip and also the button stays black. The front is pretty much the same, and I'll turn it all the way around for a good view. The front of the flashlight has these ridges. In case you set it down somewhere, you can see a ring of light to know that it's accidentally turned on. This should be standard in all flashlights just so you won't run out of battery accidentally. I have a light meter here that measures in lux, but as long as we illuminate this entire 1 meter squared circle evenly, this meter will show it in lumens. I like to do this test just to verify the brightness of these flashlights, just to make sure it's really outputting what it says it is. The dimmest setting is 9 lumens. I need to step back a little bit more, about right there or so, and it's reading about 4 lumens. Because it's so low, it's probably reaching the limits of my light meter. It's not that accurate. I'll turn it on medium now, and this is supposed to be 200 lumens. When it says 200, it's usually counting this lighter area outside as well as the stuff in the center. If I try to change the distance so that it covers this whole circle, the center is around 600 lux and on the outside is around 70 lux. And if I turn it to maximum, this is around 8,000 in the center, and on the side, it's around 400. Just based on the lighter color outer circle, it's gonna be at least 400 lumens, and then you add on the brighter spot in the center. Now let's do a distance test here. 3 feet away, 10 feet away, 15 feet away, and the meter's reading about 380 lumens just for the center spot. Coming closer and closer. There. At 10 feet away, I'll change it to the laser pointer. There it is. This is around 20 feet away. So laser pointer works fine. I'll switch it to the UV. You can see a light tint of purple here. Let me get closer and closer. Typically, you would want to use the UV on IDs or maybe a dollar bill or $100 bill. On the 5, it's kind of like a bright blue. On the 10 is kind of like a reddish line. No such thing on the $1 bill. As you guys saw, there was a seal in the battery compartment. So this is IP68 rated. It can withstand a submersion up to 2 meters underwater and a drop of up to 1.5 meters. For something this size, outputting 1,000 lumens. That's roughly 1 1/4 light bulbs, all in your pocket, but it only lasts up to a minute. This is one of the first flashlight I've tested that includes a laser pointer and a UV light. As an EDC, you probably don't want to carry those separately, or else you'll have like 3 separate light sources just dangling on your keychain. If you guys are interested in this ACEBEAM K1 EDC flashlight, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.